right, there we go. We got the volume working. And welcome, everybody. I'm Dr. Kevin. It's Transformation Tuesday, 5 p.m. Tuesday nights. We are here live, streaming, talking about transformation, talking about mind and body, talking about the secret language of the subconscious mind. How can we actually use the forces within ourselves to help us get to a better place? Now, I got to tell you, wasn't quite sure what to say tonight. And there's a lot, as I'm sure that you're aware, going on in this world, and the world is hurting right now. However, there's a reflection. It's a reflection. And there's a grander cause to what is going on. And I'm not going to dive into that deeply tonight by any means. There's plenty of people talking about that kind of thing, whether it's having to do with politics or government or secret things, we'll say that way, and what the average person believes versus what is reality. We've seen all kinds of statements over the years that essentially, if I could say it this way, all the world is but a lie. Whoa, so how do we determine truth? How do we determine authenticity? How do we determine reality, with that being said? Well, as it's said by many professionals, many gurus, many personal growth coaches, many people that help people transform, become better selves, many doctors, many healers, the way is to honor the sense within. That's the point of meditation. That's the point of insight and retrospection. It's the insight of it's the details of self-discovery and the process of that, and what it takes to evolve oneself. So that's what beautifully so this is what the transformation program is all about. And specifically, it's also I like that view right there. It's also what this book Decode Your Pain is all about. And the purpose of Decode Your Pain is about, and I think I actually have a better picture here. Hold on. Yeah, that's it. The purpose of Decode Your Pain is about helping you build awareness to the signals and the senses from within, to decipher, to figure out the message, to understand what's going on with those signals, with those messages. That is the knowledge base that is in the book here. Now, that's important, but it's not the whole picture. And I don't want anyone to get the wrong impression that the answers to all your challenges are in that book, because they're not. However, without this knowledge that's in this book, how can one fully investigate the internal aspects of self, helping one break through into the new reality that is, well, being pressed in our consciousness right now? So what did I want to show you? You know, there's things I want to show you that I know I'll get flagged for. There's things I wanted to show you that are paid content by other people that I follow that I wanted to show you, but I can't show you that. So I don't have that permission at this point. So we're going to go with some concepts, and I don't ask you to believe me. What I ask you to do is to be open to investigate, because if you don't actually investigate yourself, then you have no first-hand knowledge of anything yourself. Even a second-hand knowledge is better than just blatantly shutting a conversation down. And so that being said, today there's a challenge. Discernment is a challenge. Discernment is a challenge. So I'm going to go. I'm going to show you a few things that I can share with you. So bear with me while I pull it up. It literally just popped in my head what I wanted to show you. So first, I want to start with actual good news. And this is my Twitter feed. However, I'm gonna let this play. There's no volume with it. I'm not gonna pull any audio up on it. I just want you to see. And there's a police officer here, and essentially what's about to happen. This police officer is doing something positive, dropping off some goods and whatnot. And then, you know, some man makes a good, wonderful gesture, loving gesture, a unity gesture. And this is the way forward, ladies and gentlemen. Cooperation, unification, understanding, compassion, working together. On average, I'm in this camp. On average, the average Joe out there, in fact, more than the average Joe, the vast majority of people on the surface of this planet desire good things for their life, desire good things for people. We all want enough food, enough water, great shelter, great home, great connections, great relationships, great fun, great socializing. Does that make sense? I mean, if you're in agreement with that, type in yes, I agree with that. Type in yes, I want good things in my life. Yes, I want to feel good. I want good things to happen. That's my default understanding of what I when I look at a human being. They want good things. I want good things. So then what's going on here? Let's get but the point is, bring it back to this. Unity. Doing a little bit, maybe this officer, I don't know what his deal is. I don't know anything about this officer, and we can make up a lot of stories, but he's doing something of a positive nature. And this gentleman here in the purple shirt is acknowledging him for doing something positive. A handshake and a hug. Boy, a handshake and a hug go a long way. What a powerful thing, a handshake and a hug. And I'm going to clean up my screen right there. That's my Virgo in me. Gotta be organized. Oh boy. So this officer, and there's literally hundreds of examples I can give you. I've come across many recently. And the point being is, there's a part of our brain, it's called the reticular activating system. And when we task it to look for something, it literally goes out and finds it. Well, you know what? Just give me a second. I'll pull up why I'm saying that. I just found an old clip that I love. Oh, sorry. I'm just showing you different screens and you're getting some background. I'm sorry. I love the show. There's a clip about perception. I just found it the other day. And you will be amazed when you see it. Perception is so variable. So bear with me. Let's put on, the music's going. I hope you like the music. It's fun. It's supposed to be Facebook royalty free. I keep getting flagged for using this music. However, it's Facebook's music. But I'll just keep it there. And boy, where is that file? It was great. It was really funny stuff. It was really amazing insights. And it had to do with I know where. Because it's all these fun folders of different names I've created for myself to make it interesting. It is this folder. Yes. Okay. Oh, I'm so close. I found the right spot, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me. Bear with me. We're hanging in there. How you doing today? By the way, where are you in the world? Give me some feedback. What is going on? Where do you live in the world? I love seeing who is attending. I have people from around the world coming on. I love to see that. So the video, I found the video. Oh, hold on, I gotta pause it because there's instructions. Here it is. I'm gonna get it set up for you. All right, this is actually really, really fun, and it blew my mind when I first saw it. So let me get the video fit to the screen properly, and I'll make sure you can hear the instructions on the video. All right, here we go. Let's check this out. Turn the music down. All right, remember we're talking about perception. All right, here we go.
Count how many times the players wearing white pass the ball.
All right, count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll be quiet. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right. Did you count? How many passes did the team that was wearing the white shirts? How many passes did they make? Put your comment. Post that number in the comment section because this is going to be important in a second, ladies and gentlemen. If you've seen this, keep your mouth quiet. No spoiling for anybody. And I'm trying to get the chat. The chat's been funky today. Let me see if we get that chat up here. Now I'm going to play the second part to this video. You got your answer. Put your answer. I know what the answer is. I'm going to check your homework. But let's get to the real meat of it here. And let's give you the answer about perception. All right.
The correct answer is 16 passes.
Oh, hang on now. You got the answer there, but let's turn on the video so you can see what's happening. All right.
The correct answer is 16 passes. Did you spot the gorilla?
Did you see that gorilla?
For people who haven't seen or heard about a video like this before, about half miss the gorilla. If you knew about the gorilla, you probably saw it. But did you notice the curtain changing color or the player on the black team leaving the game?
Oh.
Let's rewind and watch it again.
Let's watch it again.
Here comes the gorilla, and there goes a player, and the curtain is changing from red to gold.
Now,
When you're looking for a gorilla, you often miss other unexpected events. And that's the monkey business illusion.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for checking that out.
The correct answer is 16.
Let's bring it back. Did you now? Many people may have seen that before because I've seen this in some business seminars and professional workshops that I've been in, and I knew later on in my life to look for that monkey. However, if you never saw it before, I know the first time I saw it, I didn't see that monkey. I mean, that gorilla, the guy in the gorilla suit walking right through the middle of everybody. I was so focused on counting the passes, I forgot to observe the entire surroundings. Now, how about you? Does that happen to you? Type yes if it did. Type yes what your answer was for the number of passes. So, the third time I saw that, of course I knew the monkey was coming. I didn't see any of the other things that were pointed out. I didn't see the color change of the curtain. I didn't see the player leave that the video mentions. And so this is a feature of the human brain. Perception can be imprinted for you to only see certain things. Perception can be your perception can be manipulated so that you only see certain things. Your perception can be molded in such a way that you only consider certain options. And that's what I wanted you to get a heads up about tonight. Without speaking directly to what's happening, I'm speaking directly to what's happening. See, the human brain, let's see if I can find this stat right here, right now. It should be a pretty friendly stat. I'm bringing up on the search here. Let's do this. Let's do that view. All right. So the question is, how many bits of info does the conscious brain process? All right, and there's probably a better search term for that, but that's exactly what I was looking for. And I want to show you how many bits of information per second the conscious brain is processing versus the subconscious brain. Okay. All right, look at this. The human body sends 11 million bits per second to the brain for processing. That's a huge number. Yet the conscious mind, this is the mind that you make all your conscious decisions, all your thinking, is processing at 50 bits per second. My personal hope for you is that you're appreciating the complexity of life, that the aspect of your brain, the 90% of your brain, perhaps even the 95, perhaps even the 97% of your brain that is operating and integrating with life is happening without you thinking about it. Life is going on all around you at all kinds of levels, all kinds of depths, all kinds of dimensions, and if we're not even aware of it. We're not even aware of it. How many times have you seen someone looking for the glasses and they're right on top of their head? Literally, the brain is unable to process a physical sensation of it resting right here because it's so used to it. And it's such a benign thing. However, when something flashes in your perception that's new, that's potentially harmful, that is not the usual, your things immediately hone in on it, or oppositely, it's completely missed. But if it's a little more of aggressive, it's a little bit more of a possible danger. Boy, your physiology, your perception senses are on high alert. There's an old joke in my world. I don't check to see if it's an old tiger, right? You just see the tiger and you run. That's a natural response. I remember this one time, man, it scared the living bejesus out of me. I was a wave runner out in the ocean near the beach. We were doing some wave jumping, having a lot of fun, and I fell off, and out of the corner of my peripheral, at the side of my vision there, I saw this fin pop up out of the water. I mean, I tell you what, it's like I was standing on ground. I jumped out of the water. Like I had my hands on the back. It's like I was standing on ground, and I physically jumped, and I moved so much out of the water. I was up in the air and on the wave runner in less than a flash. Well, I was with two other buddies, and then I'm like, I thought I saw a shark over there, and we drove, we motored over there, and as the waves, this is where the waves are crashing, was where the best jumps were, and what we saw was all of a sudden the fins popped out, but there was more than one fin. There was two fins, and there were dolphins surfing in the waves. We talk about relief, instantaneous relief. However, the moment that I saw out of the corner of my eye, there was a fin. Well, I'm not thinking, well, maybe it's just a dolphin. My body goes, well, if it's the worst case scenario, I better get out of here. My body jumped to it. Perceptions, expectations, safety. The body immediately responded to put me into a safer place. Well, when we are being prompted by influences that we rely on, that somebody relies on for data to make wise decisions of how to operate and move in life, and if the information is colored a specific way, it stimulates the alarm within. And then, without knowing it, the physiology, the body automatically responds with the fight or flight. Well, there's really only a couple things that fight or flight does. It runs away or it fights. Now, obviously, there's been a lot of passions. How do I say this? There's been a lot of coaxing of certain ideologies and certain perspectives on what things mean. And then when there's a lit match on top of the gasoline, there's only one thing that can happen. It's called ignition. And boy, burn baby burn. However, it's not just an internal game. There's the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. It's the external game. There are factors, just like when the temperature changes. We know there's more. There's more sadness in the wintertime. It's called. And there's a medical diagnosis that we can provide people with that, but it's called the seasonal affect disorder. And we know that people have more fun in the summertime. There's more sunlight. There's longer periods of days. There's biochemistry. There's nutrients being made in the body. There's things that your body does in the summer that it can't do in the winter, and vice versa. A different time, a different season, different cycle. Where are we in the cycle? Is there other things that affect human consciousness? Is there other things that affect the way people are perceiving things? And is there a cycle or a way to determine what that is? Yes is the answer. But and what I'm about to show you is in my book, pretty amazing. However, there's everything I just showed you. There's the internal, there's an external. There's only one thing that really matters. There's really only one thing that really matters, and that's your personal peace. Your personal peace. So what have I done to help? And I'm going to talk about the external here. I got to turn something down real quick because I know it's going to be loud. Yeah, let's get in there. All right, I'm on the solarsystemscope.com. There should be some audio here in a second. And I'm going to show you something. It's happening right now. I mean, right now, we're seeing an alignment that we're seeing a cycle that's completing from the late 1200s. We're seeing cycles that are completing from. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, we're seeing cycles that are completing from the 1200s. We're seeing cycles that are completing from the Renaissance. We're seeing cycles that are coming to completion around around Civil War. We're seeing this the 1850s into the 60s. We're seeing cycles that are coming to completion from the 30s, from the 60s, from the 90s. Look at those times in our history. But we're evolving. So there's new ways of solving it. Like Einstein said, you can't solve a problem with the same level of thinking. Ah, here we are, finally. Alright. So this is the intro here. Bear with me, this is the intro. Let's see here. Alright, there we are. Now, it's already showing us because we're in the alignment as we speak right now, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see if we can get this thing moving around. There it is. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. Hold on. Let's get a little closer. That's pretty good. Alright, so there's going to be some things I want to take off here. I mean, we're going to take that off real quick. Alright, that's pretty good. Now I'll turn it off. Okay. Alright, so let me turn this music down because it's definitely robust. Alright. Alright, hopefully we're going to get it back. Something's happening. And so what I was going to show you though is we have all these major planets in alignment. And it's like magnets in alignment. And the more magnets that you have aligned with the same energies forcing this past the ceiling, there's more of a more powerful magnetic field. And there's all kinds of papers and stuff like this. I'm not going to show you, but we know that there's a psychosomatic, meaning a mind-body effect based on external forces in our cosmic solar system, or basically the space weather, if you would, or some type of field that we're living and moving through when it comes to our external reality, our environment. The environment is bigger than the globe. It's the environment that our Earth is living in, and it's changing, and it's causing changes on the planet. It's causing changes within us, and look, we're agitated. But it also has to do with consciousness and cycles and time and da. But your body, your mind, is the interface. And that's what's so important. Look at that, it's back. We're back. Hold on. Let's see. Put it in here a little bit. There it goes. Alright. So, look at this. We got we have Saturn and Jupiter. Look how there's, I mean, we're pretty much all lining up. And we have Earth and Venus. This is happening tomorrow, real important. I gotta turn this music down. It's so loud on my end. Wow, that was so loud on my end. Thank you for watching. Alright, so now I'd love to find it. Where is it? Not Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter. Where's Pluto at? Because Pluto's a key player in this situation too, because it's coming through and it's gonna it's coming up from a different spot though. Kind of coming out of nowhere, and it's on a funky angle. Well, I don't want to look with you on, I want to try to make this somewhat nice. However, what we're seeing here is we're seeing these, Venus and Earth are having a big thing. So things are going to feel kind of funky tomorrow as these things work together. And soon, let's watch it play itself out. And so it's moving forward 30 minutes. Let's see if I can get it faster. Let's get like a day and a half per second. And so things are moving. Yeah, we're doing pretty good on that. That's about 2 days per second. And you can see how things are moving around. And tomorrow, so we're already at July, and this Venus is passing Earth right now as we speak. It's happening right now, and so that causes an effect. And it looks like in what's called Venus's retrograde, meaning it appears that the energy is moving backwards in our sky. And so it's all about a reworking period. And then you saw Mercury. Let's go back. We have to go back now. Let's go back to a different date. Let's go back really fast. June, May. Okay, here we are. All right, so we're back in April. We're going to go forward again. We're going to watch 2 days per second. And we're just going to see these alignments. They're just going to line up, and it's going to slingshot some things. And when these magnets line up, so to speak, there's forces on the planet. There's a geometry. There's forces on the planet Earth that cause a shift in our thinking patterns, in our behavior patterns, in our realization patterns, the aha moments even. And so here, Mars passed Earth, Venus is passing Earth today. Look, June 18th, 1920. And then Mercury goes, it's going to appear to go what's called Mercury retrograde as it passes Earth. And that is all about reworking. It's all about redoing, rebuilding, rejuvenating. And as we go forward, we've seen this major Jupiter-Saturn alignment happening. And it causes all these, I think it includes electromagnetic fields, but it also includes other forms of energy that are beyond the normal electromagnetic spectrum. And we're seeing that in different people's research. So that being said, we are just learning what it is to be a human being still. If you believe that humans have figured out what it is to be a human, well, you got that wrong. That is for sure. And we are still identifying what it is to be human, and we're still identifying of how does our mind and our body work with life. And I dive deeply into the book with that. However, it's a simple read, it's an easy read, it's profound information that as you read it, there's more insight. And what am I showing you next? Well, I was going to show you. However, so what can one do for themselves? Excuse me. What can one do for themselves as they? Yeah, turn that off now. Is this? So I have a couple things, of course, that I'm helping people with, and I'm making it more of a open access public thing. More people that be able to help, and so that's what's called 4 Foundations. And 4 Foundations is about mind, body, spirit, and soul, each and every day in little power-filled ways. So this is an open access group. I'm going to drop the link in the chats, and click over there. We're having a beta version of a 30-day what I call transformation trial, and I'm going to be launching that on the 15th of this month. So that's the link for that. And if you want to get access to the book, go to drkeving.com. You've been seeing it scrolling around on the bottom right there, drkeving.com. And this is where you get access to the Quantum Remote Healing Group program. This is where you get the book, get access to the transformation program, and soon to be launched the group mastermind coaching program. And all the things that I have built, and there's quite a few of them right now, they're all going to be part of the package of the transformation mastermind coaching. And there's a bunch of surprises in there that are not talked about yet. I'm very excited about that. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I'm Dr. Kevin. It has been Transformation Tuesday. We didn't get into the typical content, but we talked about life, we talked about the reality that we're all going in, we talked about unity and looking for the good in people, using that part of your brain, the RAS, the reticular activating system, using that part of the brain to ask it to focus on goodness, to focus on the compliments, to focus on cooperation, and that's what it's going to see, and that's what you're going to move on more doing. I encourage you and invite you to do that. Blessings and best regards. I'm Dr. Kevin. I will see you next week. See if I hit the right button. I don't know.